All right, I am live. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Japan, and good afternoon in America. I believe it is currently 6:04 a.m. here, and it is 3:04. So I'm 4 minutes late, a little bit late, but here I am. Bonjour, konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu. And today's tea, it's milk tea. Because, I saw it on the way here, and I was like, I need to get more milk tea. So I got more milk tea. I am back from America. I had really good holidays. I hope you guys had a good holiday too. I forgot to shake it. Probably shouldn't after I open it. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. Okay. Nope, that's spilled. No, it's kind of just like a baby spitting baby. All right, milk tea with my mug. My milk tea in my mug. All right, good morning to me and everyone in Japan. And usually, Japanese people don't watch my streams, but that is a-okay. Today we're going to be writing. We're going to be writing. See how good this milk tea is. This is a new brand. I haven't tried it yet. Good stuff. Yep. It's Lipton though, so it's got that Lipton flavor. As you can see, I got a haircut. My mom gave me a haircut whenever I was home, but I am back in Japan and I actually haven't slept. Yeah, this entire day I wasn't sleeping. I just took a shower because I was just drawing, I was playing a game, a really fun game. It's a Japanese exclusive game. I'm glad to see you're back and hear that you had a good holiday. Thank you. Good to be back. I'll be streaming here today. Though today I have a meeting at my work with my job, so I got to leave earlier than usual. I need to be there at 9, which means I need to leave here at 8. Yeah, so I have an alarm set for 7:50. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you about this thing before, I had a fun holiday, really good, went back to America, came here, didn't sleep because I'm jet lagged, but while I wasn't sleeping, I got a game. It's a really fun game, and I wonder if this will work. Let me see if this will work. It might not work. I'm going to change scenes on OBS. It might just be like, nope, can't do that while you're streaming. Oh, okay. Cool. You can hear me now. Yeah. So I changed scenes because I was planning on maybe streaming this someday. But let me pause my no copyright music. But I've been up all day playing this game. Let me adjust it real quick. It's a Nintendo 64 game. This is a Nintendo 64 game. I bought it for myself, and yeah, it's really loud. But turn that down a bit. But yeah, so I bought this for myself for Christmas, and on the Nintendo 64. Also, as you can tell, I brought back my Elgato. From America, which is really cool. This is Mario Party, but a dating sim, basically. It's an insanely fun game, and it's called Get or Love. It's by Hudson, which is the same developer of Mario Party, and it's one of the most niche video games out there that I've ever seen in my life. And it was a buy on site sort of situation. I was like, I wonder what I want for Christmas. I was at this, it's not really a retro gaming store or anything, but I love retro games. So this is a game I've been looking up. I saw one person do a playthrough of it. And it doesn't really work very well on emulators or anything. So, literally the point of the game and I've been playing this game like all morning and all night because I can't sleep. Hopefully I'll be okay at work. But the point of this game is you are one of 4 guys. You are one of 4 guys. And I'm going to load the game real quick just so you can see. And the point of the game is to be the first person in 2 weeks to get, see, I'm on the top left, to get a girlfriend. And there's like 6 or 7 different girls to woo. And the girl that I'm wooing in this game, or was wooing in this game, keep going here. Yeah, is the Chinese girl, and her name is Mei. She's on the top right corner up there. So I'm gonna rush over here, try to get there first. Yeah, Meifa. That's her name. And so, passion. And I beat it. This is literally me playing through the ending right now. But I gotta wait for her to pop up. So I gotta go through all that. You probably don't care about this, but it is a really fun game. It's a really silly game. It's all in Japanese. They have an English patch, but again, it doesn't work well with emulators at all. And this was a buy-on-site sort of game. I was like, I need to get this. And I was buying Christmas gifts the same day, actually, that I left for America. I was at not really a retro game store. It was more of a hobby shop in Japan. Here we go. And this game, it wasn't even like displayed. It was, yeah. So this girl, her name is Meifa. She's a spunky Chinese exchange student in Japan. And so what I was doing was I was actually, there's this one pose that she makes where she like points at the camera for you being like, she's a very expressive, one of the most expressive characters in the game. It's a weird game, and it has a whole bunch of different endings for whatever girl you get. I promise I'm not gonna stick on this, but this is like me talking about the Prince of Tennis movies. But I wonder how the English is, since some older games translations could be hit or miss. Yeah, it was a patch by one guy who made a fan translation. But this is a Japanese exclusive game called Get Her Love Panda Love Unit. And yeah, so this girl Meifa, she is a character that she eventually tells me basically that she likes me. So anyway, I'm thinking about doing another playthrough of this, but streaming it if anyone's interested in it. And yeah, if I give her a present, then she'll be mine. But I already beat it, so I already know the ending and everything. I don't want to spoil it for everyone if I decide to do this. So anyway, all that being said, I'm gonna go back to my viable stream. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so doobie. Let me go to Krita, which is the freeware that I've been using. There is this one. Let me show you this real quick. This is a screenshot of like the pose that she does when she's angry at you. She like points at you, and so I was messing around in Krita, and I was redrawing it, redrawing her. Of course, you know, kind of naked, need to draw her clothes and everything. But I discovered while doing this how to do cross hatching. Not cross hatching. This is not cross hatching. This is called tones. They're tones, but they're like manga tones. You know what I'm talking about? These things. But yeah, so I was making basically just redrawing it in a slightly my own style, sort of different way. Yes, it has an insane amount of replay value. It's a cult classic in Japan. So like, it cost me $150 to buy that game, and that was without any case or anything. It was just the game. I looked online and I actually got a good deal because like the cheapest I can find it there is like $250 is the cheapest. Those eyes look big, epic. Thank you. They do look epic. But yeah, so I didn't know what I was doing here, over here, right? So I was trying to figure out different ways to do shading. And as you can see, this is just a sketch, right? So I still need to draw her clothes and everything. But I was basically just redrawing that other drawing. Can I do tabs in this? I probably can. My mouse has been finicky lately. It's been hard to use it. Open. Yeah. Yes. So this pose, I was just trying to redo, right? Make a fan art of it and use this as a way to experiment with my own manga style, and figure out different ways to do it. I wanted it to be black and white. And yeah, so I need to draw her hair, obviously, and her clothes. But the first thing I tried, and because I have a tablet right over here. Let me turn on the music because there's nowhere music on. I like music. Coffee hour. Here we go. There we go. I wrote B instead of a space bar. It's so epic, lol. Yeah. So the first thing I tried, Krita is a weird sort of software. So I've been spending 4 hours. I'm sorry, no. I actually went to bed at like 5 and I woke up at 8. So at 5 p.m. woke up at 8 p.m. So I got like 3 hours of sleep. Since being here, like yesterday was my day off. And so, yeah. Anyway, I got like maybe a total amount of hours of the 2 days that I've been here. Probably like roughly 10 hours of sleep total. So like 5, right? But anyway, the first thing I tried to do when drawing this was I tried downloading a stipple pen. So this thing, which basically, if I draw a line, they're dots, right? And so that's what I did for this half of the face, which looks pretty good. But then I was like, that's way too slow, because I spent like 3 hours on that. It was insanely slow. Also, I couldn't get the very light tones that I wanted to. Like, this is the lightest tone I could do, right? I used to do hand-drawn art, but the digital stuff seems to have its pros. It's much more, I would say hand-drawn is good for instantaneous art. Like if you're like there and you have a piece of paper, right, you can just draw it, right? So it's a good thing for like, you have a sketchbook. Highly recommend if you want to learn art to do sketchbooks and different things, learn perspective. But regarding this, yes, digital does have its benefits, especially when it comes to like manga, right? So traditionally, whenever people drew manga, they would take screen tones and they would cut them out, and then they would paste it onto the manga. And before that, they stippled it, meaning they would put dots. They would do dots every single line, and sometimes they still do that as a technique for different things. But for me, that took way too long. So I looked up a drawing pen, which could do the stippling for me. And that's the first thing I tried. But even then, that took forever. That took like 4 hours for me just to finish the right side of her face. Now, whenever I did the second thing, I found out, turns out, Krita, which is this freeware software that I have, Krita basically just lets you make. It has a filter that allows you to basically just make your own screen tones. That's what they're called, screen tones. Cross-hatching is going left, down, 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 down. This is cross-hatching, right? And stippling is a form of cross-hatching. So you can do stuff like that, and that's what I was kind of attempting to do, but it just, this eye took insanely long time to do. And I can actually just show you the only thing that I got. Yeah, so this is everything that I stippled. right? I didn't use screen tones. But turns out there is a filter that you can use in Krita to where you can take, let me turn off the filter. You can take a shaded thing like this, and the filter would just turn into a screen tone for you. And you can adjust the screen tone too. And so that was a huge find, because the left side of the face compared to the right side, which took me like 4 hours to do, the left side only took me about an hour. So it cut my production time in half, or in a quarter, actually. I can't do math right now. So very convenient, very nice, very cool. Yeah, so I was just experimenting with this. And if I want to actually finish it, I might not. It might just be an experiment thing. I decided to just make an ink version, so it's less sketchy. This is the sketch, this is the ink. So, I mean, it's basically the same thing, I just made it cleaner. And then I would just shade it in. But I did a lot of the experimenting on the sketch, so that was basically the idea. Yeah. And so if I can implement that into Viable, that's great, you know, awesome. I know a lot of us are just like, oh yeah, Josh, we're writing a manga. I can draw. You know, I majored in art, you know. It's not something in fact, I miss drawing. I haven't drawn in a long time. And the eyes, I think, are a little wonky, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've felt compelled to draw. And it may be because I'm just exhausted from traveling and the holidays and everything, but, you know, pretty cool. All right, nice job, dude. It's coming along pretty well. Maybe we'll see the finished product on a stream. Maybe. It really just depends, you know? I do want to do more than just like gaming and stuff. This is a very, very niche game, right? Even in Japan. Can't wait to see the art on Viable if this is what you can do. Yeah, me too. I kind of want to redesign everything, like redesign Lucy, well, not redesign her, but make her more realistic-ish. So that way, but then again, it might just take longer for me to draw everything if I do it this style. So it really just depends on what I feel like, I guess. And I'll be streaming it all anyway. So it's like everything I draw, everything I write, I'm going to be streaming. So, and I got to first make the rough drafts first. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting to it. But I do want to eventually design Vassa. So I want to redesign Vassa. I don't want the Vassa that we have currently. But anyway, the game Get or Love, it's only in Japanese, but you know, it's helping me study Japanese. So I'm really enjoying it. It's a really fun game. Even if you don't know the language, I knew enough to be able to do the quiz stuff. And that there's a quiz game that you gotta like, anyway, it's like Mario Party, but there's only 4 games. You're competing against 3 other players. It's multiplayer. You can play with friends. You're competing with them to get a girlfriend first. It doesn't have to be the same girl. I just happened to chose this Chinese girl named Meifa. Meifa? I'm pretty sure that's her name. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Meifa Lee. Yeah. So I might finish this, post it on Instagram or something. But, you know, you got to see it first on YouTube. So, I would like to spend time on Viable, though. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Let's go to the writing stream. Heyo. And close out Krita. No, I don't want to save that because I didn't do much. Okay. Now we're on the writing stream, and the writing stream needs to have Chrome right here. There we go. This is the music that we're listening to today, the no copyright coffee house jazz, same as last time, which was a few weeks ago. Yeah. So, long time no see. You know, in Japanese we say hizashiburi. Hizashiburi da ne? Which means long time no see. It's good to see you again, everybody. I'm excited. And thank you, Imagine Rejector, for just popping in and saying hi. I'm really excited to actually get Viable because we're on like the halfway point of the first chapter, which is insane to me. I didn't think I would get this far. So I'm gonna be streaming today. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow probably. I'm also going to be streaming Friday, maybe not Thursday, but yes, because I think some guys at my church want to go get some coffee in the morning, and I think I want to join them all for that. So, but anyway, let's get started. For those of you who do not know, Bible is my manga. It is a Copyleft manga, and yes, I haven't introduced Viable in a long time. So I say a long time, but it's like been like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks since I last streamed. This is wild, man. Okay, anyway, Viable is a Copyleft manga, which means that you are able to copy, distribute, and modify it under the terms of the free art license. If you'd like to know more, all you have to do is go to the description here and click on www.viablemanga.com. And from there, you can go to the copyright section and you can see more. Basically, I wanted everyone to be able to make fan art of my work if they so desired to do so. And they can just basically do whatever they want with my stuff. They can copy it, they can modify it, they can distribute it, and they can make money off of it. I used to do fan dubs of anime, and the copyright stuff really made it inconvenient for me and made it very difficult. And so I wanted to make it to where it's not difficult for those who really want to do stuff with it. And yeah, all you got to do is credit me and basically make your derivative copyleft as well. Those are basically the only requirements of copyleft. You can do whatever you want so long as it's legal, right? So like no graffiti unless you get permission, and like no obvious things like, you know, things I probably shouldn't say on YouTube. So yes. Anyway, characters. Let's talk about the story of Viable. Viable is set in an alternate history where this guy, Inejiro Asanuma, never died. He died in real life. He was the Socialist Party's of Japan. He was the Socialist Party of Japan's leader, and he got assassinated by Otoya Yamaguchi. In my comic, this never happens. And so Japan becomes it becomes much more left-leaning than it is currently. Currently, it's more right-leaning. And as a result of that, they become allies with Soviet Russia and China. So that's the setting of my story, the characters of my story. This is Vassa. This is the guy I want to redesign. He is the USSR detective, and a good one too. And due to a disastrous mistake in his career that involved the death of a young civilian, his public image was tarnished in his I can't even talk right now. In his home country. To keep him busy while a storm blows over, his superior transferred him to work side by side with Soviet Russia's closest ally, Japan. He's a foreigner in a strange new land. He begrudgingly works with the local policemen to both solve crime and intercept any coup attempts against the current ruling party, the Nihon Shakai To, also known as the Japan Socialist Party. Next, Lucy. This cutie patootie. She suddenly appeared one day while Vassa was working on a case. We wrote this case like 2 weeks ago, and we're still on the chapter that this case is in. So yay, we're still involved with this case. We don't really know who she is. We just know that Vassa is the only one who can see her. Is she a ghost? A manifestation of his trauma? I don't know. But we decided during our writing that Vassa actually had a wife who died in childbirth. So maybe he feels guilt about that or something. Who knows? Let's figure it out. All right, last time on Dragon Ball Z. We were writing, and let me just scroll through everything. So in the beginning, Vassa hops in. We get introduced to him. And there's this Japanese politician named Tatsuya Iwao, whose son got kidnapped, and he has a degenerative disease that causes him to die, basically, if he doesn't get, attention. And so, continue on, Vassa comes in and discovers that his son was actually involved with his own kidnapping. And doobie-doobie-doo, keep going. they intercept a okay, Vassa finds a letter in the son's trash, and the letter basically led them to the post office, where they intercepted the guy who basically was involved with the kidnapping. Through that guy, they learned that that there's a base where the rebels are, and so they go to that base, and that's where Vassa discovers Lucy. And then we wrote about that, and then he figures out that Lucy is he can only see her. She is only visible to him, and then in the car, Vassa is very, very upset that they couldn't find Lucy, and that's when he realizes he's the only one who can see her. And then we kind of trauma dump in there, saying that his wife died in childbirth. And now Hana, who is the policeman he's talking to, after talking about his wife, who is no longer alive, Vassa asks about Hana. And now we're going to write about Hana. All right, now you're caught up. And we are already 27 minutes into the stream. I think that's a new record. I did pretty good. And on top of that, I talked about Get Her Love, which had nothing to do with Viable. So, yes, I think I'm getting better at this. What do you think? I may have just mumbled everything because I am exhausted, but I don't really care. All right, let's get started. Number one, we're going to figure out about Hana. She's a part of the Japanese Socialist Party's inclusion initiative. So this is going to be a pretty controversial thing here. She's insecure about whether she is there for her own merits or due to the party. 3, we need to have her explain this in a natural way. So, the silence, more comfortable this time, comes again. Vassa breaks it this time. What about you? Any dead relatives I should know about? Oh, nothing like that, Hana responds. I've got my own stresses, but they're nothing close to yours. Well, you've got time. How can Dr. Vassa help you out today? Hana laughs. Well, as you can probably guess, I'm the only female detective here. Ah, yes. Smelly men asking you out all the time? No, not that. The police officers respect me since I can fire them. Ha! Yeah, the main issue is... And then we stop. So let's have her explain this in a natural way. Yes! It was a pretty good recap and not really mumbled. That means I'm amazing. I'm awesome. Cool. Whew. The main issue is... Also, let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. Page 40. Wow. See, that to me is just amazing. Just writing up to page 40, because 75 pages, right? That is more than halfway done. I'm just amazed that we were able to get this far so far. Also, I have a lot of caffeine in my body right now. This stuff, I mean, okay, it's not like coffee, but I get really wired with any sort of caffeine. Funnily enough, it says energy, right? In katakana it says energy, energy, and it tells you how much caffeine is in there. So that's how they say caffeine in Japanese, I think. Anyway, the main issue. I'm not sure if I deserve the job though. Oh? I'm here because the Socialist Party wanted me to be. Oh. That's actually, so this is a controversial subject in America right now. I'm glad I'm not in America because, yeah, I love my family. I love my friends. I don't love the politics. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very, like, it's very, what's the word? Hard to just talk and have a normal conversation about it with anyone without feeling like you're going to destroy a friendship, right? I hate that feeling. And so being in Japan, I can talk about this stuff and not really care too much. Because, you know, if you disagree with me, cool. But, yeah, in America, everyone's so sensitive. Also, it's an election year, so probably makes it slightly worse. So that being said, we're gonna talk about feminism. Yay! I'm gonna try to talk about it without talking about my opinions, but a strong critique of feminism is that it's not modern. Okay, a strong critique of modern day feminism, which is different than first wave feminism. Modern day feminism is more about equality, not only equality, but equity. So the same amount of percentage of women in the workforce as there are men in the workforce. It's more about true equality and egalitarianism rather than equality of opportunity, right? So the Socialist Party, which would be more left-leaning, would have egalitarianism as a part of their platform. Why can't we all just love each other? Humans existing and having rights shouldn't be something that causes conflict. And that's why I don't like the politics here. I agree. It's just, there's a lot of silliness, man. But, yes. That being said, actually, yeah. So, you basically hit the nail on the head there. So, I'm not sure if I deserve the job, though. Oh, I'm here because the Socialist Party wants me to be. Oh. I'm the... How do you say this natural? So she has, and probably something, and this is also something that has to do with, oh, what was it called? Affirmative action. With, in particular, there's a controversy with the Supreme Court. It wasn't that recent. It was like maybe 3 months ago. It was pretty recent though. They basically banned affirmative action, saying that it's unconstitutional to allow one race of people to get in based on their race rather than their merits. And so regarding that, there's people on both sides of the aisle. The left side, which is what this side would be, would say that it's racist to not allow African Americans to get into these higher end colleges, while the other side would say you're lowering the standard for African Americans, which is kind of racist towards Asian Americans who have to have a higher score than average in order to get into these high-end colleges. It's because they disproportionately, reach those colleges. And I saw an interview of this. Gonna hop off for a bit. Hopefully I can catch the rest of the stream. Yeah, thanks for popping in. Just whenever you come back, just say hi. But yeah, so I saw an interview of this, and there was a black girl. And I say black because I'm from Memphis. there was a black girl who was saying basically what Hana is saying. She said, "Yeah, I'm here because affirmative action allows me to be, but I don't know if I'm here based on my own merits, or if because I'm allowed to be here. And that just kind of broke my heart, and it kind of made me think about, you know, the negative side to that, you know? It's like, yes, we get equality, but at what cost, right? And, you know, I'm a quarter Japanese, so I do think it's not fair for people who are Japanese to have a higher standard to get into college than black people. But, you know, I never saw it from that perspective before. I always thought it was unfair for Asians. I never thought that there might be some sort of mental crisis as to whether or not they deserve to be there for black people. And so that kind of is what gave me the idea for Hana. She so feminism as it currently stands is more left-leaning. Modern day feminism, which is more about equality of outcome rather than equality of opportunity, and rather than just equality of opportunity. And at this stage in Soviet Russia, it would probably be similar. And so that's kind of a controversial thing, but I kind of want to show that feeling that that black girl had. I feel weird saying black girl. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've seen people offended by words, by people have been offended by me saying black because they were not from Memphis, but then people from Memphis were offended from me saying African American. So I guess it really just depends on where you're from. But anyway, doobie-doobie-doo. All that being said, I wanted to portray the feeling that the black girl had onto Hana in a similar sort of situation. Yeah, because she was in that interview she was like on the verge of tears because she just didn't know. Like they were interviewing her about the Supreme Court decision. It was on YouTube somewhere. I don't remember where. And she was worried that she might not be in college anymore because of that, or that people like her wouldn't have the opportunities that she had as a result of that. But at the same time, she felt more relieved that she knew that she would be there on her own merits rather than because she was allowed to be there. So it's like, and I think a lot of men can relate to this. We want to earn something, right? We don't want something given to us. I think anyone can relate to that, not just men. But I think like men in particular, because we always have this expectation placed on us that we need to, you know, we're gonna do great things, right? And we want to earn that. We don't want it given to us. And that's kind of a pressure and expectation that men have. I think that not as many women have. So, though I could be wrong, because I don't know the perspective of women. That being said, I'm going to write from the perspective of a woman. So, let's go at it. So anyway, now that all that controversial politics is out of the way, let's write about controversial politics. So I'm not sure if I deserve the job, though. Oh, I'm here because the Socialist Party wants me. Oh, I don't think that's true. It's incompetent to me. Well, I'm the poster child for the Socialist Party's inclusion initiative. I have to be competent. It's my job to be competent. Well, that's kind of a weird thing to say. a lot of pressure. Woo! Okay, I'm not sure if I deserve the job, though. Oh? I'm here because the Socialist Party wants me to be. Oh, I don't think that's true. You seem competent to me. I may only be here. I may only be here because the Socialist Party wants me to be. Oh, I don't think that's true. Well, if it's any consolation, I You seem very competent to me. Is it called the Socialist Party? Yeah. Yeah, you do have a best put of weight on your shoulders. What can I say about women? That's an interesting question. What would a Russian man say about women that would encourage her? I'm going to ask that. Let's put that in the chat here. Ugh, why is my mouse so stupid? I need batteries, probably. Okay. Engage with my audience. Let's start a Q&A. Boop. Okay, what is an encouraging... What can Vassa say as a Russian to encourage... From a Russian perspective? What can say about women from a Russian perspective to encourage Hana? There we go. That's our question. And here we go. See, I'm thinking. I feel like I have to be the best. Or at the very least above average. Or how heavy are women generally? Let me look it up. Average weight of a Japanese woman. kilograms or 119 pounds. Let's say 55 kilograms. Kilograms. Yeah, they don't use pounds in Japan. I feel like I have to be the best, or at least above average. But I can't lift people. Feels sexist to say for a woman. I need help. For a woman? Oh boy. But while I may be able to carry woman I come across. If I'm being realistic, men are bigger, stronger, faster. Let me just compliment myself. How do I write this without feeling sexist? Because there are physical disadvantages that the general woman has. And there are women who are strong. But even then, it's like there's a physical disadvantage that sometimes is impossible to overcome, especially if they're like athletic, like the men, I mean. But how do I say that without being sexist? I don't think I'm being sexist by saying it, but it's just a weird. Imagine rejector come back. I need help. All right. What time is it? Okay. Well, I have 1 more hour. I need to leave here at around 8. So 6:55. Hmm. See, this is a hard thing to write about. It's interesting, but it's difficult. I'm gonna look it up. So Lenin. Yep. So it's about what I figured. They were very feminist in communism, though societally they probably were. A lot of unreliable sources and different things in this article. Citation needed. Yeah. Urges. Huh. Well, there's that. Man, I'm exhausted. Okay. So, Soviet Russia. Yep. Drink more tea. Spill some of that tea, huh? Yeah, I don't feel like I'm being very productive today. I figured out some art stuff, but in regards to this story, it's getting into a point where it's difficult because I'm afraid of the controversy. I guess I just need to get over it, huh? Just right. Well, I keep saying Vassa thinks for a bit. He's a thinker, I guess. Vassa replies. Men aren't. Are there any sayings in Russia? Maybe it was a... Well, I think you're doing a fine job, comrade. He wouldn't be supportive, I don't think. He'd probably say, I want him to say something that's like true, but also makes her think a bit rather than just reaffirming the egalitarianism. Because there are, you know, what I would say is probably like there are things that guys can do that women can't do, but that's sexist to say. Or it's anti-feminist and anti-egalitarian. So he wouldn't say that. I would say that, but he wouldn't say that. So I can't just put what I think in there. In my country, women... There we go. In my country, women were emancipated. Before, I can just put in that joke that was on Wikipedia. See. As he said, Smith. Who's Smith? Before then, they go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. Now they work. I think that joke is a good joke. Go shopping, do the cooking. Keep house and take care of the children. But now, stay at home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the cooking. Take care of the children. Now, you go to work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. In my country, our women were liberated. After the revolution. Before then, they had to stay home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. And now they work. Yes, they work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. In my country, our women were liberated after the revolution. Before then, they had to stay at home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. And now they work? Hana asks. Yes, they work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. Lots of jokes. Hana chuckles. From my perspective, women don't do everything a man can do. They do that and more. That's nice. That's good. I like that. Do what you want to do. Yep. So far, so good. So far, so good. Any consolation, you seem very competent to me. I'm the poster child for the Socialist Party's inclusion initiative, she responds. I have to be competent. That does put a lot of weight on your shoulders. Yeah, I feel like I have to be the best, or at least above average, just to prove that a woman can do anything a man can do. Sometimes I wish I were a man instead. And Vassa ponders a bit more. In my country, our women were liberated after the revolution. Before then, they had to stay at home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. And now they work? Hana asks. Yes, they work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. From my perspective, women don't only do everything a man can do. They do that and more. That's a good joke. I like that joke. I don't know why I found it on Wikipedia, but I like that joke. Of all the jokes. Yeah, I think I did pretty good on that. I'm happy with that. Be proud of it. Embrace her. Embrace who you are and what you can do. Don't From my perspective, women don't only do the things a man can do. They do that and more. Embrace who you are and what you can do. Don't let men And there are things people can't do. I can't ride a motorcycle. I don't know. It's not about what you can and can't do. Don't worry about things. Let others help you with the things you can. That's good advice. From my perspective, women don't only do the things a man can do, they do that and more. Embrace who you are and focus on what you can do. Let others help you with the things you struggle with. Yes, they work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. But it's hard. Can't only do. They. From my perspective, there are interesting question you've got proposed. I don't recall much about the Soviet-Russian perspective on women. I actually don't recall if I've ever learned about it. Yeah, so they were very much in favor of feminism and egalitarianism. So they were anti-racism, they were anti-sexism. Everyone was equal. And in fact, a joke by Ronald Reagan at the time was, I think he said something along the lines of, in Soviet Russia, everybody is equal, but they're equally starving. I think that's what he said. But I saw this joke on the Wikipedia page for feminism in Russia. And the joke was, under capitalism, women are not liberated because they have no opportunities to work. They have to stay at home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. But under socialism, women are liberated. They have the opportunity to work all day and then go home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep the house, and take care of the children. I thought that was a funny joke. And so I implemented it in here. Apparently it was a well-known joke. And so I wrote, yeah. Hana says, I'm not sure if I deserve the job though. Oh? I may only be here because the Socialist Party wants me to be. Oh, Vassa thinks for a bit. Well, if it's any consolation, you seem very competent to me. I'm the poster child for the Socialist Party's inclusion initiative, she responds. I have to be competent. That does put a weight on your shoulders, Vassa says. Yeah, I feel like I have to be the best, or at the very least, above average, just to prove that a woman can do everything a man can do. Sometimes I wish I were a man instead. Vassa ponders a bit more. In my country, our women were liberated after the revolution. Before then, they had to stay home, go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. And now they work? Yes, they work. Go shopping, do the cooking, keep house, and take care of the children. Vassa jokes. Hana chuckles at the joke. From my perspective, women don't only do things a man can do, they do that and a lot more. Embrace who you are and focus on what you can do. Let others help you with things you struggle with. I think that's a good thing, right? It uses the joke in a way that's like a lesson. It's a decent lesson, and it's not being like shoved down people's throats. It's not focusing on the politics behind like egalitarianism or feminism, but it recognizes that it's there, right? So, and my personal opinion on people just generally is that there are people who can do things and there are people who can't do things. People are disabled, right? And people are athletic, and people are good at math, and people are good at English, and so on an egalitarian sort of thought process, which I'm not necessarily egalitarian, but I would say that I guess I'm egalitarian, because that just means you believe in equal rights between people. But I would say I'm much more opportunistically egalitarian. If you can do something, you should try to do something. But like from my perspective, it's kind of like the Zootopia movie, right? So there's this Judy Hopps. She does the police academy stuff, and instead of trying to become a rhino or trying to become a carnivore lion, she uses her strengths as a bunny to be the top of her class. And so that's kind of my perspective. Use your strengths to your advantage. You have things that other people don't have. And yeah, you might struggle with certain things that other people struggle with, but that shouldn't, people have different strengths. And so I believe in like, people are equal in their own, they're different but equal, right? So they can do different things, they can be different. And they may have the potential, if they study harder or practice enough, to be equal with even the geniuses of our time or whatever. But I think there's merit to pretty much everybody has their own skill set that they can do things with. So that's kind of the moral I want to give, but it's also kind of I guess the older I get, the more I see people who are, it's weird because I grew up in an environment where there's a lot of, my mom's a special education teacher, right? So there's a lot of children who probably won't live past the age of 30 that she teaches. And, it's like, what's their role in society, right? Like, how can they benefit society? So the older I get, the less I believe in what I just said about like egalitarianism. But I think some people, might just exist to be protected, like children, right? Even if they're going to die after a certain age, I think they still have the right to live, so it's like, there's a child with a disease that, like a brain tumor or something, we should do our best to protect them and to try to heal them. So even though they don't have necessarily a technical role in society in an egalitarian way, the experiences they have are real, so it's like, so the older I get, the more I kind of stray from that idealistic thought that everyone is equal. But I like the thought, So that's why I lean more towards equality of opportunity rather than equality of outcomes. But it is it is kind of a difficult thing to ponder, you know? That's why it took me so long to write this, this specific part. Because feminism also is a very difficult topic. It's a very touchy topic. So, and also it's like The Incredibles kind of goes over this way better than I could. It's like, if everyone's equal, if everyone's super, nobody is, right? It's like, I don't know. There's merit to different parts of life. So, yeah, that's where I am, I think, in my thought process regarding it. It's a difficult thing to write, man. But yeah, that's what I came up with. What do you think? Do you think I hit the nail on the head here, or do you think I should? Because we're just going to move on after this. So, also, I don't think it'll be 1 page. Might be 2 pages. Maybe I'll make this page 41. Yeah. The older I get, the more real, the less idealistic and more, it's not realistic. Yeah. As someone who supports women's rights and feminism, it is a topic with a lot of weight that's important to capture, and I see where you're coming from with Vassa's perspective. Yeah, it's hard to write, you know, because it's like, especially because of the way that I talk, I may say stuff that sounds complete opposite of what I actually believe. And so it's like, oh, I said something stupid there. Whoops, I just offended half of the population. Or, you know, I want there to be feminism in the story because it existed at the time and it still does, right? So the movement exists. But I also don't want to be like, here, have feminism, right? And I don't agree with everything in feminism, but I also don't agree with everything in whatever the opposite of feminism is. There's things I agree with and disagree with. It's just there's a lot of thoughts, man, and it's a heavy subject. So I want him to say something to her in a way that's very reassuring. But yeah, the older I, like, from my perspective, yeah, but considering the weight of Hana's role, I feel like she might attempt to try to run with that. But given the fact that her role is tokenistic, I feel it's something she'll continue to work on. Though not in, but I ran out of characters. Oh, work through, yeah. Work through. Yeah, it isn't something she's gonna like solve overnight. And it never really is. And like I said earlier in the stream, right after you left actually, with the what's it called? Affirmative action interview that I saw of a young black girl. She was in a very similar situation as Hana was. I saw a YouTube video of a young black girl who just got into this high-end college, and they're interviewing her about the news of the Supreme Court and the affirmative action. And she gave a very thoughtful response that I didn't really think of it in that perspective before. So that's kind of why I wanted to include it in this story. Yeah. Because her response is basically how Hana was feeling. She felt very, you know, she felt like it might be a bad thing, but she saw like the positive aspect of it. Like now I won't feel like I didn't get here on my merits, you know, and I'll feel like I deserve to be here. Which was she's just a positive person, whoever that was. So I'm glad I was able to see that interview. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts. Yeah. I think that's good. I think it's not like hand and fist sort of thing. It's pretty, it makes sense from a Russian perspective. It makes sense on a story character perspective. I didn't want to throw in my sort of like, you know, not everybody's equal sort of thing I said previously. Because while I don't believe everybody is equal, I still want to give everyone equal opportunities. So it's like, yeah, and obviously women and men are more similar than they are different. So it's just like sex isn't one of those factors of like equality, like preventing people from having equality. I mean, it shouldn't be a factor there. So, yep. It's just like I spend a lot of time on these couple of pages, and I hate feeling like I'm offending someone when I write. Because this is something I'm trying to be very careful with, because I do have very strong opinions, and I have lost friends because of those opinions. So it's hard, man. It's just difficult. I think I did a good job though. I included that joke. I think that's a better way to say that. We all have struggles that we can help each other out. Yeah. And he's yeah. Yeah. That's true. Ah. Yeah, it's heavy, man. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, and it's one that touches really close to home too for me. My mom is a special education teacher. I'm a teacher myself. Not a sped teacher, but my mom has a sister. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what it said on the Wikipedia article, that it was well known. But yeah, I have an aunt who is mentally disabled, and basically she has the mind of a 10 or 11-month-old baby, and she's been living for like, she's in her 60s now. Oh no, time for me to go soon. But like, seeing her, I still think her life has value, and is it equal value to my mom's life, my dad's life, is it equal value to, I don't know, Isaac Newton's life? I guess it really depends on how you measure it, right? So, is everyone equal? No. That's just me being completely honest. I don't think everybody is equal. But should everybody have equal opportunities? Yeah, I think so. People have strengths, people have weaknesses. And we should do our best with our strengths and to help those who have weaknesses, and vice versa. If they have strengths, they should help us with our weaknesses. So that's a good lesson that I had to think deep about. But it's hard to say, you know? You don't want to hear coming from your own mouth that not everybody is equal, right? That's a very controversial statement. Not like, yeah. I'd say it's equal value. It's just there's some advantages and disadvantages she has that some do and some don't. Yeah. I mean, she's like on an extreme end though. You know, like she's not potty trained. She's she had to be taken care of by my grandmother until she passed away, and then by my mom. And so like she's lived with me since I was a kid, and I just, you know, there's times at night whenever she's like banging her head on the wall and crying or but she's just like a baby. She's just, in her mind, she's a baby. And she had a very high fever when she was that age. And so that's what caused brain damage that made her like that. So, but yeah, I would say her life is equally valuable though. It's just like what determines that value, right? So that's a philosophical question. That's a difficult philosophical question, which is actually a very deep part of egalitarianism or feminism. So, yep. And that's also why, like, I'm not against gender roles personally. Some are bad, obviously. I don't think all of, you know, the quote-unquote gender roles are good. Like, I don't believe that a man should be, you know, slapping his wife to make her stop being silly. No, I don't believe in that crap. But I like, you know, I feel like if someone has a strength in something, and I'd be okay with being a stay-at-home dad, for example, but like, it's like some women have strengths in things that some men don't have, and in those cases it's perfectly fine if that happens to be a gendered stereotype. So it's like, you know, but that's also like controversial to think. Anyway, I think I'm done thinking about that. I kind of want to figure out how to move on from there. So I think that was a good joke. So I'm going to end that Q&A there. Yeah, this has been a deep stream, man. Very deep. Sorry I got so I feel like anxious, you know, thinking about this stuff. So because I know it's going to push some buttons if people watch this. I appreciate you for being honest and calm and not being too upset by the things coming out of my mouth. So yeah, it's just deep, and there's a lot of different things to think about. I'm trying to be very respectful of all sides too. You know, just because Soviet Russia, which was the bad guys, you know, of the 80s or whatever, believe in equal rights, that doesn't make equal rights bad, right? That bad guys can have ideas that are, or bad guys can have ideas. Technically, like, all countries have been bad guys at some point in history, but even the quote-unquote bad guys can have good moral beliefs. So I'm not necessarily saying, oh, the Soviets, who are bad guys, thought, you know, equal rights. We shouldn't believe in equal rights because we're not communists or whatever. I'm not like that. I think there are some good ideas, there's some bad ideas. I think fascism, mostly bad, but there are some good ideas, but it's mostly bad. Obviously, killing the Jews, very, very bad. Yes, conquering other nations, very, very bad, right? Pride in one's country, I think that's fine. I don't necessarily think it's bad to be prideful of one's country. So, same with Soviet Russia, right? Obviously, starving your citizens to near death. Very, very bad, right? Sending them to gulags when they disagree with your political beliefs. Very, very bad. Equal rights? Yeah, I'm down. You know, it's like, this is a fun stream, huh? Yeah. Okay. So how do we end this? We all have struggles. I should be going in like 8 minutes. Vassa ponders, blah blah blah. Okay, so we got all that. Also, to be fair, I'm kind of running on fumes too. So. We got 2 pages done. That's not too. Maybe another moment of silence in the car. Because where were they heading anyway? They were going to the. They're going somewhere. Oh, I forgot. Lucy is there. We should do something with Lucy. What should Lucy do? That's a good question. I'm going to put that in the chat. What should Lucy do at this point? Something cute. Nope, nope, that's not what I want. Ah, stupid mouse, come on. Is she asleep? Let me see. All right. But yeah, where were they going? They were going to they're going to the evidence room. There's been a long dialogue sequence in the car. What was she doing? Where's Lucy? She asleep? He looks down at Lucy. I think she fell asleep. She crawled onto his lap. Did I say Kaiko or Keiko? Huh, hold on. Did I spell her name right? Yeah, that was right. Then there's Keiko. Looks like Keiko is a more oh well. Pretty sure it was Keiko. Oh, whatever. Let's see if I have Keiko. Oh, just Keiko. Yeah, and I wrote it twice. Okay. Okay. Maybe she was listening, Lucy, I mean. And her eyes are sparkling. Should I include Lucy somehow? Well, I'm just going to write the car drives to we see an establishing, what's the opposite of the establishing shot? I guess wide shot. Of the car. We see a wide shot of the car. Driving. The car parking at the police station, I guess. All right, page 42. Okay, so next time we'll be looking at the evidence for the evidence for the boys from the house at the police headquarters. All right, we're going to come up with a way that they discover at the HQ. Okay, so I gotta go to work. Thank you for hopping in and joining this very long, deep thought process of coming up with this very long and deep conversation. Thank you for being very polite and respectable of everyone's views, even though it was just Imagine Rejector today. Thank you for being very kind to me and honest with me about your own beliefs. I hope I didn't offend you, and I hope everything was a-okay, yeah? I think that the story writing was good. I think that I had a lot of fun. I am very exhausted, so I'm sorry if I said something that was silly or stupid. That tends to happen when I'm not really 100% here, I guess, you know? So it's like, yeah. So I'll do my best to be more well-rested next time, which will be tomorrow, also at 6 a.m. Alrighty, well, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll be looking at the evidence from the house at the police HQ next time. All right, Okay. Where is my mouse? Where? Okay, there we go. Alrighty. All right. Thanks again, everybody. I'll see you